Yo, what's up everybody? It's P-Sci. Welcome to another video. So I've got another deck profile for you guys today. You saw the 4 matches on the channel. I went X1 at locals with this 5 engine list. So there wasn't really a main engine. It's just 5 supplementary engines intertwining. It was Kashtira, Horus, Bystial, Azamina, Fiendsmith. Each engine has its own pushes, which is really great, and you can do a lot with your 5-card hands starting off or your 6-card hand going second. I opted to not play hand traps unless you count Bystials as hand traps. Although against my Memento player, shout out to Sydney, he seemed pretty sad after our round because I drew double Bystial for him going first, and then in game 2 I drew Droplet, Evenly, Talents. I didn't even use the talents. I sent the talents away. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's go ahead and get into the deck profile. It's an extremely powerful deck. I do want to maybe dabble with this closer to a 40-card list, though. And I feel like I could cut the Kashtira cards, although they do supply like a very good advantage. All right, let's get into the list real quick. X1 at locals. So the Konami system is really messed up. And then there was someone that got a draw, but they were pairing us against people that we've already faced and people that have already dropped. So it was really weird. Like the other tournament, I faced Robert Creamer twice, and we drew both times, which is funny. And then we actually tied for third, which was weird. But yeah, the system is just messed up. So fix your system, Konami. All right, on to the deck profile. So Kashtira package is first. So 3 Kashtira Unicorn, 3 Kashtira Fenrir. Now, this is enough by itself to place board presence and garner advantage. A lot of times, either in testing, and I think possibly in tournament, I would summon the Fenrir, search the Unicorn, and then hope to later on in the turn normal summon it by tributing over 2 monsters and then searching Birth and bringing back the Fenrir. But I did want Fenrir by itself to be something, so I did play the 1 Rise Heart, so you could search that and then you'd have a normal summon. You could banish like a Unicorn or something and banish the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck face down. And then also, if I drew Fenrir Unicorn, I wanted to be able to really extend without locking myself into XYZs. So I did opt to play the Scareclaw Kashtira as well to be able to get 4 bodies out of the Unicorn and Fenrir. After that, I did opt to play 2 Birth. I didn't want to just play 1 because I always wanted to be able to search with Unicorn, and I wanted to be able to be what's it called? Careless with my bursts. Like I use this as a horse send or for Imseti in tournament because I was like, I've got another Birth, so like I can be I don't have to be stingy with it. And then the 1 searchable Pressured Planet Racloth. So yeah, this was the Kashtira package in 60. I feel like it could just be Fenrir's, maybe 1 Unicorn, maybe 1 Birth, but like still, like if you draw the Birth by itself, although actually Birth is not that bad in this deck because you don't have to send for Diabellstar. You just activate the Birth, and then you could just normal summon your Diabellstar instead of sending something. So that's kind of cool. That's a cool interaction that actually came up in tournament, which is nice. Oh yeah, I should probably address this. I got burned on Memorial Day trying to break a log that was on fire in half, and I have a blister there. So don't worry, I'll live. All right, so next up is the Bystial package. So I played 3 Bystial Lubellion. This card's crazy. 1 Magnamut, 1 Druisworm, 1 Baldrake. Now, this is usually where people stop with their Bystial package and then they just play the Branded Regained, but I am playing a Bystial package. I also have the Soranir for the extra name and the extra dump, and I have the Bystial Aluber. So this card has a bonus effect on normal or special summon. You can go ahead and discard a card. I believe I discarded a spicy card that I'll get to later. In order to attempt to take control of my opponent's dragon monster, or reborn in a dragon monster from your opponent's graveyard, which is hilarious. But I use it as a searchable tuner that's level 4 that I can make Bystial Dispotter with. As you can see, the Bystial Dispotter right there. And then finally, the Branded Regained. Just really good for recursion. Bringing back one of your guys every turn is insane. And then drawing an extra bonus card. That engine is great. Like, you definitely don't want to cut that engine too much. I'd probably cut a Soranir, but everything else is really good utility. Next up, the Horus package. Shout out to Team Bad Cards for the 3 Imseti. I got happy. I did play Dwamatef as well. So the idea with this is I have a level 2 light monster that is searchable that I'll get to later on in the deck profile. And I've got Imseti. So I wanted to be able to use that card with Imseti to make a Chaos Angel with Light and Dark and still make Zombie Vampire with the 2 other names. That's why I play the Dwamatef. Same reason with Birth. I played 2 King Sarcophagus. And then, much like the 1 field spell for Kashtira, I played 1 field spell for the Horus package. This I might want to bump up to more because seeing it is just insane. So that's the Horus package. The 4th engine is the Azamina package. So we played 3 Diabellstar, and then the last monster is the LZ Azamina of the White Forest. So this is the level 2 that I was talking about. If you already have Hollowed Azamina, you can actually search this off Deception, special summon it, and then synchro summon off with a Lubellion or an Imseti to make Chaos Angel. And then if it's used as synchro material, you add any, Sinful Spoils spell or trap from your deck to your hand, which is crazy. So this helps you extend and search combo pieces. And if you hard draw it without the actual Diabellstar package, it can get you into your Azamina cards because it can search the Wanted, which is insane. Speaking of Wanted, 3 Wanted for consistency. Same reason as the King Sarcophagus and the Birth. I played 2 Deception. I want to be able to access more copies of this. And this card by itself is not even bad. Neither is King Sarcophagus in certain scenarios, being able to get cards out of your hand. And neither is Birth, because you can normal summon your Diabellstar. But yeah, Deception, any monster can get you into usually 2 bodies, depending on how you route it. Which is great because then you can go Fiendsmith combo. The 1 Hollowed Azamina, also, a couple tournaments ago, because ever since I picked the Deceptions up from Big Tony, I have been trying to use it in every single deck. What I noticed was that one of the Dominus traps that negates special summons was a magnet to the Hollowed Azamina, and I realized that before I was playing the LZ, the main deck one, that there was no way to get back into that engine, so all of those cards were essentially dead. At least with this, I have a searchable way to get my Hollowed Azamina back into my hand. If it's not banished, if it's still in graveyard, I can just shuffle this into the deck to add this back to my hand, which is insane. And that's why I started playing this card. And then I realized it's a level 2 light monster that can special summon itself and then searches on synchro summon. So this card's literally crazy. It was sitting in my binder for like weeks after my baby opened my prize packs and I got it. I was like, oh, well, this card's garbage. But then I realized this card's insane. So I've been playing this in all of my Azamina lists. And then finally, Sinful Spoils of Slumber Morian. This is Book of Moon for special summoned monsters only. I think Gerson. Someone was playing Barrel and I Book of Mooned it. And sorry about that. But yeah, so the only special summon monsters. But still, crazy. Very consistent. And then the 5th and final engine is the Fiendsmith package. So 3 Engraver, 1 Lacrima, 1 Sanct, and 1 Paradise. Most of the time you're searching Paradise with your Necroquip on field. So you can draw a bonus card, and then you can send the Paradise away with one of your other engines so you have it in graveyard for the next turn. Next up, Supplementary Extenders. So I did play 2 Magician Souls, and then the 1 Illusion of Chaos. If this is in your hand, you dump the Diabellstar to the graveyard, and you can either summon it back with, what's it called? The, a bow, I think it's called? Yeah. You can summon it back with a bow. I think that's the only way you can summon it back. Well, also, you can banish it from your graveyard and summon it back with Bystial Dispotter. So getting the Diabellstar in graveyard is like really broken because it gives you access to that engine a lot easier. So I played 3 ways to dump it, basically. So 3 extra copies of Foolish Burial, and it gives you access to another body on board that can send your worthless spells and traps, like field spells, for example, to graveyard to draw further cards. All right. Finally, the engine to search field spells and then going second cards. So 3 Foolish Burial Goods and Terraforming. So these access the field spell. This one directly, this one indirectly by sending the Rainbow Bridge of Salvation. So Rainbow Bridge, you can banish it from your graveyard to search any Crystal Beast monster and any field spell in the game. So your targets are the Cobalt Eagle. So you can normal summon this, activate its effect to put it on top of your deck. So you always have a target. due to the nature of this card. And then you search either your Horus field spell or your Kashtira field spell. Next up, just a generic draw card. I had an extra slot and I was like, what can I play here? And this deck gets rid of a lot of cards in your hand. I know this plays into Droll, but I decided to top a tournament with Metal Foes Fusion in my deck. So shout out to me. And then finally, obviously Talents, Called By, and then triple Forbidden Droplet. So yeah, all these cards were insane all day. Getting on to the extra deck, so I'll start with the Bystial package, just the Bystial Dispotter. You summon your what's it called? Your Bystial Luber and one of your Bystial monsters. You synchro summon this, then you use your what's it called? Your Lubellion to tribute it off to the graveyard. Then you set up your Regained, and then on your opponent's turn, you special summon it out. Like, it's just crazy. Next up, the Horus package. We have the Zombie Vampire, but you can also make it with the Bystial Lubellion as well because it's level 8. Next up, we have the Azamina package. We've got Murecielago, and then Azamina Ilia Sylvia, your negate that you always have online, which is insane. Next up, you have the Fiendsmith package. So, Requiem, the Moon, Sequence, Egg Numday. I'm so happy to be playing this again because if you ever have to get over something huge like Combined Creation, you get to summon this and your guy has 5,800 attack power if it's got these two equipped, which is crazy. Desiree, obviously, and I do play the Necroquip Princess. I love drawing cards off of her effect because you have Engraver, you have Lubellion, you have Imseti. So if you have access to the Horus, or if you have access to the Necroquip Princess, you're always going to draw the bonus card, which I love. I resolved this so many times. The DDD Wave High King Caesar to summon on top of that. And then tying into the Fiendsmith package, because this needs a Fiend, a Bow. Another Fiend, Chaos Angel, as I mentioned, which can be summoned several different ways. But if you want a light and dark one, your best bet is Imseti plus the Azamina. And then SP Little Knight, shout out to Team Bad Cards. And then our last Fiend is Typhon. This came up once in tournament. It was all right. And then finally, the side deck, just more Fiends. We just love Fiends out here. So 3 Lava Golem. And as you can see, this deck doesn't necessarily need its normal summon. Everything is a push, an extender. Sometimes you'll just want to normal summon something just because you can. So it's not like an integral part of your deck. So I wanted to get the maximum value. And instead of playing something weird like Dark Ruler, I wanted to play something that could get rid of a lot of interruptions from my opponent. So I opted for Lava Golem. But this is a 60-card deck, so I opted also to play Dark Spirit's Mastery. Lava Golem is so broken, now I can get rid of my Metal Foes Fusion or any brick that I want to send it to the graveyard, like Fiendsmith in Paradise, or even the Rainbow Bridge of Salvation. Send it to the graveyard, search my Lava Golem, then Lava Golem my opponent, and then go full combo. I do not need my normal summon at all. Next up, for back rows, Harpy Feather Duster and Lightning Storm. I opted for 3 Thrust in this slot as well, but it never came in. The way that I built the deck, like, you don't want to side out too much engine going second. Obviously, like, the extra copies of King Sark, Birth, and Deception came out, but that still didn't give enough room for me to also put Thrust in. So actually, in all of the rounds that I played, I didn't even put the Thrust in, which is funny. And then finally, Evenly Matched. I love Evenly Matched. It's so good. I was able to Forbidden Droplet my opponent when he Artifact Sanctumed to bring out Lancia to his field. So I dropleted it, sending Monster Spell. That's when I sent the Talents. So he couldn't respond. And then I was able to resolve Evenly Matched and then end on a Typhon. So I think that was the last match that I put up. So go ahead and check that out. It should have been up either yesterday or earlier today, depending on when this video is coming out. But yeah, so that is the deck profile. X1 after 5 rounds. 5th place kind of stinks. But there was a draw, which got 2nd place. That pushed everyone else down. So like the X1s were 3rd through 5th, and I was the lowest X1 because of the pairings. But whatever. I'm happy to be able to take a 60-card deck. Every deck that I play with the Fiendsmith package tops. Like, is broken. It needs to be addressed immediately. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this awesome deck profile. Subscribe for more.